I know a lot of people say what they will do or what they would have done if they find themselves walking inside of a prison cell or inside of a prison dorm for the very first time. One thing I'm going to tell you, your mind is going so fast. There's so many different emotions going in and out of your thought system that you don't really know what to expect. But one thing you know is you were here for a while. You feel me? So for this video here, I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be talking about what it felt like and what was going through my mind. My very first time of walking into a place inside a prison that I knew I was going to be staying for the next few years. So let's do it. I'm the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitches with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2, cause violent first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man, K Frog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's K Frog, and almost everything I talk about over here has to do with prison or jail or some sort of type of lockup, because I want people to know what it's truly like behind them bars, all right? For this one, I'm going to be going ahead and I'm going to be answering another subscriber's comment. A subscriber that's been rocking with the channel for a while, and I'm going to let y'all know what was going through my mind when I first stepped inside of a prison dorm for the first time. A prison dorm that I knew I was going to be staying in for a while. All right. Now, everybody says what they would have done or what they did or, you know, what they would do. But if you ain't never really had to walk up in there, then you really can't speak on it. You know, now me, of course, I've been locked up, you know, did some time down here in Florida. And one thing I will let you know is, when it comes to prison and jail, they're two different ballparks, you know what I'm saying? I did a bunch of jail sentences, you know. I did a 364 a couple times. That was a year, you know. I did a couple 3-month bids, 6-month bids, 30-day bids in county jails, you know. And you get that little feeling, that little nervousness just because, you know, you get used to it. But after a while, you adapt, you know. You kind of learn how it goes. Now, as far as prison, different ball game. One thing I will tell you about chain gang is it don't matter how many times you've been locked up. It doesn't matter how many dorms you found yourself in. You're still going to get this same feeling inside when you go into a new dorm. All right. Now for me, when I first landed inside a prison and I walked inside the dorm, what was going through my mind was things that didn't even happen. You know, I'm thinking the worst. I'm looking back on scenes I've seen in movies, things I've heard of, myths that people done told me, rumors, you know, and I'm expecting the worst, you know what I'm saying? So when I first walked in there, you know, I stayed to myself, which I did that throughout my whole bid. I'm not the friendly type. I'm not gonna just walk in a dorm and try to, yo, what up, man? Hey, I'm not trying to friend nobody. You get what I'm saying? Because you don't always find friends like that. You actually find enemies too. You know, you find problems being too friendly. I've never been like that, you know. So when I first walked in the dorm, you know, my stomach was in a knot. You know, I didn't know what to really expect. So when I walked in, I was looking around. I seen how everybody was looking at me crazy. You know, they were all looking at me like I didn't fit in here, like I'm some damn alien or something. They were all looking at me like we were in the jungle and they were all animals in the jungle, and then here I am, I'm just happened to land there, a human, and they're looking at me like, what the hell is he? That's how they were all looking at me, you feel me? In all reality, I'm looking back at them, you know. See people with their whole face covered in tattoos, see people smoking, gambling, everybody walking around like you're in the hood, you know. And I didn't want, you know, off rip to like meet people like that, you feel me? Because I didn't trust nobody, you know. It's hard growing up where I grew up, you know. We didn't even trust people we grew up around, so it'd be hard to trust somebody in there, you know. And when I first walked in, you know, I found myself, you know, sitting at a table, you know, where my back was kind of like towards a wall, you know, and I could peep what's going on just to let everybody know, like, I don't know what type of white boys they're used to or what type of white boys come through here, but this one's different. And one thing that kept playing in my mind, and I kept repeating it, was
is if somebody tries me, I'm gonna knock them out, dog. I'm gonna knock them out. I'm gonna hit them. I'm gonna hit them. Because I knew how much time I had. I knew I was gonna be here for a while. I'm not planning on leaving this dorm whatsoever unless they move me on their own for some reason. So it's like, I didn't want the problems to come my way, but at the same time, me knowing I'm gonna be here for a while, I'm not gonna let no bitch side of me come out. You get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let nobody curl me, because it's like, how you gonna let somebody curl you in a place that you're gonna resign in? Because now it's like, you came in, you acted like a female and you were scared, then, you know, they're gonna look at you like that the whole time you're here. And I knew deep down within that I'm not that type of person, you know. So me sitting there and just, you know, keeping my mind on what to expect and how it was supposed to be, kind of made it to where, you know, it wasn't half of what I was expecting, you know what I'm saying? I literally thought so many things were gonna happen, you know, like I thought I'm gonna walk in, somebody's gonna off rip try me, you know, or I'm gonna have to knock the biggest dude out in the dorm, you know, like you always hear when you're little, knock out the biggest guy you see and you'll be straight, you know. That's what I was thinking I was gonna go through, but actually it wasn't, you know. And of course I wasn't friendly, like I said, so it took more than a few days, but probably would have happened sooner. But within about a week, 2 weeks maybe, everybody was cool as hell. I didn't have no bad fruit around me. Everybody that was around me was, you know, cool. They were all cool individuals. I'm saying people that look like gangsters and killers and look scary when you first come in with all the face tats and everything like that, man, they were all cool as hell and everybody stuck together. One thing that we all used to say is we won't let people steal, which means nobody from no other dorm is going to come in this dorm and steal. If they do, the whole dorm's going to rise on that person. You see, which is kind of hard, you know. I've been in some dorms where it's every man for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like if somebody comes in there and they steal from you, that's between you and them. But this dorm was different. Everybody was cool. Everybody was, you know, communicating, you know. And I realized, okay, this shit isn't really that bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, it isn't what I was thinking it was on my way here, you know? And I found myself in a dorm, like, outnumbered compared to how many people I came to prison with. You know, when you first go to prison and you land on that bus coming from the county jail, you got a couple people that come with you from the county. And then you find yourself in the reception center. And then next thing you know, you get transferred a couple weeks later, you know, from the reception center. And you're going to have a whole new group of people. Because the people that came with you from the county to prison, y'all are going to get separated around the time that, you know, you're going to go to your other institution. You feel me? So it's like when you get to the reception center, you kind of like stay in the group with all the new people that came with you. You know, you see each other, you see where they're going. That's how you know where you're supposed to go. You know, you pay attention. And then in a couple weeks, when they start shipping everybody out, you're going to meet new people on the bus. Because you're going to go from here to there, from there to there, from there to there, to there to there, and then you're going to stay where you're at. And you're going to realize throughout all them bus trips, people are getting off on stops, other people are getting on, but you'll be lucky to have someone that came through all those reception centers on the same bus as you. Before you know it, y'all land at the same camp now together. Hey, yeah, I've been on the bus with you since South Florida. You feel me? Boom, boom, boom. But then now when you land in the prison, they're going to separate y'all. And they're going to do their bid one way, you're going to do your bid another. And that's what happened with me. So when I landed there and I walked in that dorm, it was just me, boy. There was nothing I could really do. You know, it was like me against whoever. You know, I'm not really looking for no problems, like I said. But at the same time, you know, your mind plays tricks on you. It makes you think so many bad things are going to happen. It makes you, you know, prepared. You know, and a lot of people break before the pressure's even applied, believe it or not. I can't tell you how many people I've seen check in before they even gave the dorm a chance, you know? And I understand that, you know, there'll be some like violent times and some Friday night fight nights and TOHs and stuff like that. But at the same time, these things right here kind of help people not want to come back to prison. You get what I'm saying? When people are testing you, trying you, and you're getting in fights and you got all these problems, that should be an eye-opener to make you not want to get incarcerated again, you know? So like, you can land in a dorm and there be fights going on and you think this is just crazy and you want to get from around here. So you check in and leave. But in all reality, we're all laughing about the fights, having fun about the fights, and just a few couple people that fought know it ain't nothing personal and they shake hands afterwards and now they're laughing with us and everything while the other two people go fighting. See, so it's kind of like what you're gonna expect compared to what it is gonna be the total opposite, you know? And like I said, I knew I was there for a while, so it was like, I can't tuck my tail, I can't bow down. Like I said, I've never really been that type to do that anyways, but it was like, I'm gonna make people know, like, you ain't gotta respect me, you feel me? Because respect's earned, but you're not gonna disrespect me. And I just played that role, man. I stayed to myself, mind my business. A couple people will come up, oh, what's up, bro? You gangbang? Or what's up, bro? You affiliated? You know, shit like that. They just trying to do their little research, you know, which is a good thing though. Like, because they're doing what they're supposed to do. You feel me? And it makes people curious, you know, about you. It makes them wonder if you're gangbanging. It makes them wonder, are you affiliated? And for them wondering means obviously you're not putting out no image of disposing your hand. You know, you're not showing people who you really are. You know, you're not going in there being super friendly and then showing no non-gang member acts whatsoever to where they can look at you and be like, oh, that dude don't gang bang or nothing. You know, they don't know. You're a mystery. You're carrying yourself good enough to where it makes them want to know about you more rather than what you're putting out there. You feel me? And that went a long way with me. You feel me? And I found myself getting into a couple, you know, problems. They come, it happens. And I managed to come out on top through all my problems, you know, but it's one of those things to where I had earned respect. People liked my personality. They liked the way I was, my character, the way I carry myself, the way I present myself. They knew I was about business, always did good business, never was like shady, salty, crooked, never none of that. I do good business. You ask, don't do good business, then you see my violent side. But until then, you see the professional, you know, smiling, happy side to where it might make you think you can get over on me or I'm vulnerable, you could try me, and then that's when that switch hits. And then I turn into somebody totally different. You feel me? And then I go fully through with my plan of whatever it is I decide to do if I'm crossed or betrayed or someone tries to take advantage of me, you know. And then all the other people in there done, you know, learned me. They done learned about me and been around me. So, you know, some of them want to see, oh, is he really gonna, you know, pop off? You know, he's cool and, you know, people like him. He's a good guy. Is he really got a violent side of him? And then when they see I do, makes them respect me even more. You see what I'm saying? But when you first go into prison, you know, you got to just remember, you ain't got no friends. You get what I'm saying? You got to remember that, because even your friends will turn on you for the right price, you know. You got associates. You see what I'm saying? It's you against them. You came in by yourself. You got sentenced by that judge by yourself. You are going to be getting freed by yourself. You see, that's how you got to look at it. And you got to remember that, you know, and don't jump the gun, you know. Like, I've been in some dorms where I jumped the gun because I felt like, you know, me landing in a dorm for the first time, and it was a sweet dorm where everybody got along with everybody. It made me, you know, want to think, oh, this is what prison's like, right? But then you'll get the wrong expression in your mind. You'll think that's what it's like everywhere. No, you really just got lucky and landed in a good dorm, you see? So I felt like I knew there's no way prison was like this. So when I went to another dorm and got put like in another place, went to another institution, there's a couple times that I'd like jumped the gun and got into situations as soon as I landed in that dorm, because I felt like part of the institution is to play tricks with your mind. So me getting put in a sweet dorm, I'm meant to believe that this is what dorms are like. So when I go somewhere else, whatever I'm used to doing in that dorm, how I'm used to talking or making, you know, how shit flies over there, I'm used to thinking it's going to go that same way. But no, it isn't, you see? That's why you got to always remember it's totally different. And some people will go to prison and do their entire bid, no problems, no one have no, you know, situations or anything, and they'll think that's what prison all is. And then they'll go to prison again later on and find themselves in a messed up situation and, you know, won't really know how to deal with it. Here you're on your second or third bid, and now you're finally seeing some problems, and you feel like, damn, what do I do? You know, really, you should have knew better. You should have knew you got blessed the first time you landed in a sweet dorm. You know what I'm saying? Because then I landed in some dorms that was straight knuckleheads. Straight, like every single Friday we put our IDs in the canteen bag and fought for no reason. Everybody got in the shit for no reason. It was just things that make your time go by. Everybody wanted to be the hardest inmate. Everybody wanted to be active with fighting, you know? So when you go through that and then you land in a sweet dorm, you kind of like know what both sides are. You kind of learn to appreciate you're in a sweet dorm right now. You get what I'm saying? And you can be more lenient and mellow, and you could tell this ain't a bad environment compared to what you're used to when you was in that one where they were all knuckleheads. You feel me? But if you get put in a sweet dorm off rip, you ain't gonna really know better unless it's in you. You see? Unless you yourself, like I was, knew it ain't gonna always be sweet like this. Because if you're used to being in a sweet dorm and then you get put in a jungle, you're gonna break. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be used to that. You see what I'm saying? And it's gonna feel like such pressure on your shoulders, and you're gonna be so scared, and your mind's gonna be playing tricks on you. You're gonna have butterflies in your stomach, you know, your stomach cramps. You're gonna be nervous as hell because of what you're seeing. You never expected it or prepared yourself. Luckily for me, I knew better. I knew there's no way it was like it was in this camp. So every time I went somewhere else, it was like I still carried myself the same way. That was like the way I carried myself. And the way that I am as an inmate when I do my time is to where I can make it through a sweet spot, or I can make it through a jungle. Regardless, I'm the same person, you see? So that's how I'm able to make it through, you know? And I knew never to take it for granted. I knew I was blessed by landing in such a sweet place at one time where everybody got along, everybody cooked, everybody was cool, like one big ass family. You know what I'm saying? Like literally it was like us against the guards. Us against other dorms. Like everybody stuck together. You know, there wasn't really no beef, no problems. It was all like everybody was cool with everybody. You see? And I knew there's no way this is what prison is. There's no way it's just like this. And I found myself later on finding out by going through different problems, getting in the shit with other inmates in different dorms, seeing how it was. Landing in some dorms that they already got, you know, orchestrated and programmed out to where anybody that comes in's got to pay rent or catch the wall. And I've been in some situations where they come at me, tell me, oh, bro, you got to pay rent, bro, or catch the wall. Bro, fuck it, we catching the wall then. I'm going to let them know I'm going to be one of these people that are in here with you telling people they got to pay rent or catch the wall. There's no way I'm paying rent. You know, so it's like, okay, y'all going to have to try to recruit me in to welcome me in the dorm, because regardless, y'all going to have to whoop me every single day, because there's no way that I'm going to break bread with y'all like that. It don't work. And a lot of it do be tests. You know, some of it, you know, goes farther than it should, and some people literally get stabbed and get airlifted and taken off the compound, you know, but through it all, you got to just remember, man, be yourself. If you're meant to pay rent, meant to be soft, then that's what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But me, I didn't have that problem, like I said, because I knew what I'm capable of. I knew how I would react. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things where you grow up the other side and you beef with people on the streets, and now I wish they would, and then you land in a place where there's people in there that want to do the same. So now you're gonna bump heads eventually. You know what I'm saying? But that feeling when you first walk into a dorm, it don't matter where you are. It don't matter if you've been on that institution for a while. Like every time I went to the box, got out, had to go to a new, you know, dorm. It's not like you were guaranteed to go back to your same dorm, you know, and every time I went to a new dorm, yeah, I knew some people in there and shit like that, but guess what? I didn't run to them like, yo, because I didn't want them to think I needed them or was leaning on them for protection, like I needed them as like a crutch or anything like that. No, I just, what's up, my boy, what they do? And kept going on about my business, you know, to where it showed other people in the dorm, oh, such and such and such and such. Oh, that white boy right there. Okay, boom, let's pee. And then they watch me from a distance, and the next thing you know, they tell me they like the way I move, the way I carry myself. I'm different than a lot of other white boys. And the way, like, that's it. I just do everything myself. Stay to myself, mind my business, you know. And throughout that, I found myself becoming liked by more people than, you know, problems from people, you know. And it don't matter if you do 15 days in the box, 3 days in the box, 60 days in the box. When you get out and you go to a new dorm, you're going to have to start over, because there's people in that dorm that like to rob, like to put down, like to see who they can scare, all that. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be prepared for that. And my advice is, if you're going to be there for a while, you might as well, man, stand on your 10 toes, bro. Because one thing about it, I'd rather go through a bid fighting and being respected than to go through a bid where people just try me like I'm a bitch, where they don't respect me because they know I'm scary, I'm soft and all that. You feel me? I feel like your bid will be a whole lot worse if you don't put your chest out and your chin up. That's how I look at it. That's why I think when you first walk into that dorm, you know, don't go out of the way to try to talk to people. You know, you could see it in people when they look spooked. You can see it in them when they look nervous. You get what I'm saying? Don't be. Regardless of what you're feeling, man, you know, don't show that expression. You know, there's times I was nervous, had butterflies, and was spooked within, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I kept my cool and I held that shit down. And that's what you're gonna have to do, you feel me? Or else you're gonna be somebody that's gonna have a horrible experience going through prison. And you might see a side of prison that nobody else has actually went through, you know, because you never know how far someone else is gonna take it. You see, that's why when you first walk in that dorm, man, you just chin out, walk around like this your 10th bid. Walk around like you used to be in this dorm, or like it ain't nothing. Walk around that motherfucker, boom, 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 you feel me? Don't be cutting people in line. Don't be skipping people in line for the phone. Don't be, you know, hogging the phone. Don't be, you know, bumping people, you know, different things. Don't be doing none of that. Just handle your business and go show them I'm not going to come fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Just don't fuck with me. That's it. I'm not going to go out of my way to cause beef. I'm not going to look you up and down, size you. I'm not going to like cause attention amongst us. None of that. I'm just going to act like you ain't here in a respectful way. You feel me? And that's it. And just do what you got to do. Maintain your coolness. And before you know it, your time gonna fly like this, and you're gonna realize all these same dudes that were working out looked all big, cocky, and sweaty with tats all down their whole face, gang shit written everywhere. Once you see that, and you know from how scary they looked from when you first walked in, you're gonna realize a week or so later you're gonna be looking at them and be like, man, that's crazy how they looked when you first walked in compared to how they look to you now. You see what I'm saying? They don't look like that to you now. Why? Because you feel more comfortable. That means you're letting your guard down a little bit because you feel more relaxed and you're accepting it for what it is. You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta make sure you know, because some people that look like gangsters and killers and savages might be the coolest, most respected gentlemen you've ever met. And some people that look like they ain't nothing and look like they're weak or look like they're a nice gentleman can be a savage. You see? That's why you can't judge a book by their cover. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just go with the flow. And before you know it, that time gonna be going by like that. You know, and then you'll be like, damn, this dorm's kind of like a family. People get out of line, you deal with it. Other than that, you know, we're in this shit cool and ain't nothing. Yeah, we got in a fight, it is what it is. You live to fight another day. That's how you gotta do it, you feel me? But that's how I felt, y'all, when I first walked in my first dorm. And it was kind of the same every dorm I walked in, you know? Because when you know you got 5 years, you know, you don't know if you're going to be in this dorm your entire 5 years or if you're going to be in this dorm a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple days. So you go in there like, this is my house. This is where I live. You understand? And I'll be damned if somebody makes me uncomfortable where I live. If someone makes me uncomfortable where I live, they got to go, not me. That's just how I look at it, you know? And this is where I live. This is where I'm laying my head at for these next couple years. So at the end of the day, I'm going to try my best to stay in my lane, not come bothering people in their lane. But you never want to judge a book by its covers because you're going to go in there thinking 101 things and that might not even happen, okay? Now, if you're somebody that's been to prison before, drop in the comment section what it was like when you first walked into a dorm. When it was your first time and you knew that you were going to be there for a while, how did you feel? What was going through your mind about the whole thing? Were you friendly with people? Did you not trust people? Did you try to make, you know, friends or enemies? Or what did you do? Because I see some people, as soon as they get put in the dorm, they want to be a loudmouth. They get ate up. I see people that as soon as they get in the door and they want to try to friend people, they get taken advantage of because people feel like, oh, they can get over on them. You see, like, you got to be careful. And, you know, it's like presentation is everything. When you first go into a dorm, that's your presentation. You know, you're going in there and you're, hey, hi, y'all, because everybody's looking. You know, they're looking at you whether you're waving at them or not. They're all looking at you. You feel me? And however you act when you first get there, is going to be the way how people come try you or walk up on you. People are going to be asking questions about you without you even knowing. Oh, yeah, bro, that white boy that's up there and such, you know him? No, that white boy up there, you think he gangbangs? You know, because everybody's a target inside of prison. You get what I'm saying? And you're lucky, and you're better be grateful if you land in a dorm with some cool people that stick together. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today, man. Y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Is there a different way that I should have did it when I went through prison? I mean, opinions, you know. I came out fine. It's the way I did it. What would you do? You know, how would you carry yourself? And if you're someone that's been to prison, like I said, explain how it was when you first got in that dorm. Did you ever go in there thinking it was going to be what it wasn't, and the next thing you know, you see how cool it was and how laid back and how everybody got along? If so, explain. Let people know how it went for you and how you ended up getting through your bid. I appreciate y'all watching, man. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Stay tuned for the next video. And like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, this the one and only. I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal. I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. Cause I'm a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal.